Hello, Scorpio. It is time for your September 2025 reading. We're going to start off with an oracle card to see what your primary energy or theme is for September. Wow. And we have Archangel Jophiel. Jophiel. Clear vision and wisdom. Clear vision. You're reading between the lines here. You may even be sought out as the person with the wisdom, with the information. You may be able to offer advice to someone who is going through an experience you've been through in the past and help them wade through those waters. That's what pushing through here is a visual I'm seeing. Helping guide them along the way. There's also this clear vision that maybe you know that their path is not going to be exactly the same as yours. So you know exactly how much to share with them and when to hold back. Because there's a sense of clarity there that the other person probably doesn't have at this point. So be aware of that. You may say something thinking that the other person or people involved here know exactly what you're talking about, and they may not. You're seeing things in a way that the people around you are not at this time. So be aware that when you're sharing the wisdom, that this may be new information or a new idea or new wisdom that could benefit them all. So don't just de facto think that everybody knows the same thing you know. There we go. I think that's it. We have 8 of Cups, 6 of Discs, the Hierophant, yep, the Queen of Discs, and the 2 of Swords. I'm zoning right in on the Hierophant, and we'll go into that and see what else we have after. The Hierophant, the wisdom to share, clarity, or clear visions and wisdom. This person has the expertise. This person is the teacher, the philosopher, the one who may have the answers that other people seek out to learn from. So maybe you're finding yourself in some sort of mentorship type of role here in this month, or in a place where you're able to advise others based on your own experience, on your expertise or knowledge in this area. You're taking on that role, maybe for the first time for you, in someone else's life. So be mindful of that and what you would have wanted shared with you when you were going through this, and the way you would have wanted it shared. Okay, let's get into every card here. Starting with the 8 of Cups, walking away from some emotional upheaval from the drama. Heading on into the future, to your own path. You're not just going to go along with the flow anymore here. You're stepping out, forging your own path. You're not going to be part of the problem. Like, you know what? I know I usually like to go with the flow or stay in the same pattern, but this pattern has become a rut. And it's getting muddy and gross and ugly. I need a fresh path. I need a fresh stream. I need to forge my own river here. And that's what you're going off to do. So this is that break point where you're like, okay, you know what? Everybody's talking about doing everything that way, but I know that does not work. I can feel it even. We're not going to keep repeating this. I actually am not going to keep repeating this. So you're taking your own way and walking away from what no longer works for you. And then we get to the 6 of Discs. Willingness to share the bounty, to share the wisdom, recognizing that not everything is dollar for dollar. Sometimes there is much more wealth in information, in support, than actual tactile physical items. Although the 6 of Discs could very much be about going to a family dinner and it's like a potluck. Everybody brings something to share. So maybe you literally have a potluck going in here, or maybe it may be your idea to have a potluck over something instead of going out to a restaurant or something, where it's in a much more, intimate location, if it's at somebody's house or something, so people can feel free to express their views or voices or thoughts, and maybe ask for advice if they need to in that scenario, where they wouldn't be comfortable in a public restaurant, airing their laundry, kind of, so to speak. This is a sense of camaraderie, of everybody coming together to support each other, to feed each other, to make sure everybody is getting what they need. And then that Hierophant again. You, again, may be leading this, recognizing that patterns need to change. And maybe what you do at this event or whatever it is speak about your experience. Because you recognize that we're starting to repeat a pattern and you want to stop that. And you want to acknowledge that this has been what's going on, that this is what has happened in the past. And this is my experience with that. And we need to change that. Feel free to share your experiences with me. I am open to whatever you have to say or share without judgment. And I'm willing to give you advice if you need it, or just support in whatever way I can be of service in sharing my wisdom, my experience with you. This feels like a pivotal point for you in how you are perceived, or the way that you view yourself in this unit, where you're no longer just going along to get along again and just ignoring the patterns. You're a leader in that way. You're stepping up. And then we have the Queen of Discs. So this is somebody who may be there or in some way involved, is what I'm feeling for the most part. But the Queen of Discs, of Pentacles, is very much like an Earth Mother vibe. Somebody who is very grounding, very calming. Maybe the best cook at the cookout, if you will. She wants to make sure everyone is taken care of, that everyone has what they need to succeed in life. She could be a very good provider. She is, again, a leadership quality. It is definitely feminine energy. And she also has wisdom to share, but it may be along a little bit more practical or couched in practical things, like a story about a recipe for a soup and what you put into it and how that can benefit people. Something along those lines is really standing out. But this is somebody maybe you seek advice from, or that comes to you once you step out of the shadows, if you will, out of the murky depths. And may want to talk to you about that, because maybe they're going through something, even though they are very successful and very good. Maybe they haven't wanted or felt like they could share their similar story with anyone. But you stepping forward is making them feel safe as much as they make others feel safe. And then we have that Two of Swords. This is about being calm amidst chaos a little bit with this card. Two of Swords, twos in general are, well, the Two of Swords for me is like a decision point. You have a couple of choices available to you, but they're competing with each other for your attention or for you to choose one or the other. It doesn't matter who succeeds here behind you. What matters is that you are calm under this pressure, that you carefully consider. So being calm and going within and focusing on what it is you desire here. It doesn't have to make the most logical sense. Again, it doesn't really matter who wins the battle. It's about what you're feeling within yourself when you make this decision. So if people are arguing over your head about something, take a deep breath, close your eyes and center yourself and feel into the truth, because you will have a clear vision, and your wisdom and experience will really be something you can leverage here about what the right thing to do is, about what the right choice is in this situation for you, not for anybody else. This needs to be the right choice for you. So feel into that. And if it isn't the one everybody else thinks you should choose, that doesn't matter, because this is about you and what you need or want. And that, Scorpio, is what I have for you for your September 2025 reading. Please hit that like button. Please share this with others. Please comment below to let me know if this resonated with you or not. And please subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.